Welcome to the Put Up, everybody. I'm A.K.A. the Wizard, and this is episode, I think, 15 out of the whole series so far. This week, we got a very special guest. He's one of the community people that everybody knows. Please welcome D Money to the scene. What's up, bro?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, we're just chilling out.
Yeah.
It's been crazy this week. I've been preparing to try and get this concert ready. How about you, bro?
I've been busy just doing some editing with videos, my buddy Real One, um, and work,
Nice, yeah.
and trying to mix because I got all my I've been doing this album, this upcoming album. I finished like a month and a half ago. I'm just waiting on some features.
Ooh.
And that's on me because I gotta get work.
Get it done, bro. That's it.
Yeah, for sure. And that's basically what I've been doing for the last little bit.
Nice, bro. Yeah, my job's about to end, so like I'm considering going full-time into music, maybe with performances and studios. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But yeah, I've been busy just doing work too. We're trying to clean out a factory at the factory there and like get everything dealt with for an auction, and like it's crazy, bro. But yo, enough about me. We're gonna hop into this interview.
Okay.
Right on. We're gonna go all the way back to the beginning of D Money. How'd you get the name, bro? First off.
So I started out as Endangered Logic.
Endangered Logic.
Yes, so I did. So, well, that name came when the guy that I met who taught me to rhyme scheme.
Okay.
Do rhyming couplets, and you're doing sentences and write out on paper. What I wanted to write was like Tupac with I don't know, painting pictures and giving stories. And he's like, man, that logic's in danger. And I was like, yo, that's pretty cool. And he's like, oh yeah,
there's the name.
And Endangered Logic. So that came along, and then I started. Yo, what up, DJ Melodic Sounds? I started working at a construction company, and I had worked 58 hours of overtime in an 80-hour work week or 2 week. Yeah. So I worked 100 and something hours. And when the guys saw my check, they're like, damn, they call me D because my name's Derek. And they're like, damn, you the money. And then, yeah, the money, D Money. And then they just started calling me D Money at work.
I love it.
And nobody knew that I rapped at that time. So when I started showing my newer stuff, I was like, you know what, D Money, I'm gonna run with that because I'm not feeling Endangered Logic anymore.
Oh, it feels so much better now too, like knowing the story behind it, bro.
Yeah,
that's amazing. It's like ballish.
Sure.
Okay, so like we're gonna go back all the way to the beginning of like when you started your artistry. Like you said, you started learning rhyme schemes and stuff, right? Is that the beginning of like how you started rapping?
Yes. Yeah. I was songwriting before that, doing parodies like Weird Al, to like any late 90s song. I would start rewriting to making fun of people. Making fun of my friends.
You're like that like classic MC type sound in your music. I get that feeling a lot when I listen to you, right? So it's like
so
I can see the whole parody thing, the 90s things.
Yeah. And then so in 2000 I moved out to Calgary, met somebody who rapped, and I was like, yo, I really would like to try that. And he's like, if you're serious, I'll teach you how to rhyme and stuff. So, and he would teach me how to write. And basically, wish I had some paper, but where's the camera? I would write like 2 words and then go to the next line. 3 words, and that's how you would count syllables.
Okay.
And so that's how many syllables are in one sentence, which would be also known as a bar.
Right. So literally crafting like how
crafting a whole
rap stands all works, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exactly. And then I learned rhyming couplets. So every 2 bars is a couplet, and
Man, this is some detailed shit right here. Everybody,
yeah, it's been a while. It's been a while since I've talked about stuff like this.
yeah, let everybody know, because like alliteration, all these like techniques in English, the language, right? We add all this stuff in on purpose when we
Well,
make
yeah,
it, right? Keep
and I
talking
think,
about it, bro. Like, let them know.
and the rhyming couplets, I would challenge myself to not rhyme every single couplet, but I would rhyme every other.
Okay,
So
so
it'd
like
be,
mixing it up.
yeah. So it wouldn't sound like an Eminem song, because in the 2000s he's huge and he's everywhere.
And
So you're
it
not
was
trying.
known for like that weird rapping a word that technically doesn't rhyme but sounds the same thing, right? And it was
Yeah,
like constantly that, right?
for sure. And I'm a fan and I enjoyed it, but I didn't want to be like that. I'm a Tupac fan, so I wanted to write everything out and enunciate everything. And I really challenged myself, because I'm also a Will Smith fan, and he didn't
Okay.
really swear in his raps. So I would use the dictionary, and the thesaurus and the dictionary to look up what certain words were, and change it around. So I didn't have to use profanity a lot.
So do you use profanity in your music today? Or is it like
Oh
a
yeah,
no-no?
yeah, I do today.
I think I heard something. I'm like, what? What do you mean?
Oh yeah, no, no. In my earlier stuff, I think that was the challenge I liked,
Okay.
was to go a
Interesting.
different route. But today I'm just more relaxed. I don't really care. Like,
Just
I
kind of
try
let
not
it
to
flow out.
swear in my day-to-day life.
You're doing better
I
than
think
me,
that's
bro.
just that's just my upbringing. Don't swear in front of women. And I was raised by a single mother, so I couldn't swear at any point. It's just how it was taught. So I try not to swear a whole lot.
It's a good
But
skill to have.
in my music, it's different because there's no other word to describe that feeling other than using a profanity.
Okay. I agree too. Like, I don't do it in my own music so far, but I feel like I could if it came to it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Depending on what I needed to express at that time, right?
for sure. I
But
think I
anyway,
jumped
yeah.
around there from rhyming couplets to wherever we ended up there.
No, it's cool.
Uh,
It's all information about how rap works, right? I had another
yeah.
question actually in between there, and it's typical of like a lot of lyricists. Do you have like thousands of pages of lyrics on your phone?
No, I got a whole
You're not one
box
of them?
full.
Okay, so it's
I
like
got a whole
physical
box
then.
full.
Oh, right, because you were
All
doing that
physical,
like
yeah.
pick a rhyme thing at one point, right?
I still do boxer rhyme time.
Lots of rhymes,
I,
yeah.
I stopped doing it for a bit because it started feeling like a job. And
Okay.
once I get that feeling, I'm like, yeah, I don't like doing. Now I'm required to do this, and it's not fun anymore. So every once in a while, I go, okay, let's do something just because
I
it's
want to
fun.
hear a box of rhymes ASAP, bro. Whenever
All
you're
right,
ready. Yes, we get one right on air today. It's perfect.
all right. I just grabbed a stack.
And it's just amazing that the like lyricists have so many papers worth of
Yeah, I got a whole.
millions and millions of words on paper, right? Like,
This is probably an eighth of what I got. Let's just pick something right here. What do we got? Oh wow, I remember this. I remember this. Okay, 6 shots of rum. I'll shit on your face. Still stumbling, crawling on the ground, found liquor displaced. Keys on the lawn, $5 bill torn. Celly ain't working, found the battery the next morn. Broken finger, pants be stinking from my draws. Tried climbing the wall, but RA had me fall. Passed out in the grass, clashed with the roots. Myers dragged me in with my shit stains too. I ain't aggressive with the rum or rye. I embrace the raw and it's flawless until I die. Curbed with my face in a toilet bowl stir, screaming free Hilton when the RA occurs. I ain't aggressive with the rum. Oh no, that's just a
that's
repeat of
wild.
the. And that is all a true story.
Right. They're all just like you probably came home and wrote it.
I'll tell you the story of this
Yeah, please
rhyme.
do.
So I'm at my buddy's house watching the Leafs Rangers playoff game, and this is mid 2000s. And my best friend, my brother Hilton, calls me and he's drunk and he goes, "I'm lonely." And I love putting that in there because it's the funniest thing to me. Because the next thing I go, "Okay, I'm coming over," and he's already drunk. I'm already pre-drunk. So we start drinking the rest of his Labatt Blue that's in the fridge, and then we go, "Hey, let's go to the back alley," which is one of the bars in Calgary.
It sounds so Canadian, this whole story, yo.
And then so we and I want to tell you this, by the time we get to the back alley, which is a club, it's only 8 p.m.
Oh my gosh.
There is nobody there. The door is just opened.
It's like day drinking, man. Like,
I don't know how long we were there for, but I do remember people filling it up. And then I went to I remember going to the washroom, and I remember Hilton going, "I'm gonna get shots." I'm going, "No rum." I go to the washroom, I get back. What does he have? He has 10 shots of rum lined up.
okay.
Bacardi.
Yeah.
I can taste it right now. It's disgusting.
Wow, bro.
Next thing you know, I'm out in the smoke pit. He's throwing up in the washroom. And I don't know. I don't remember what happens from the time I'm in the smoke pit outside to
Nice.
my memory clicking in that I'm at the Max convenience store. I've lost my hat. Brand new Detroit Tigers fitted hat. And those are like $50. Totally gone. Don't know where that went. And I stumble all the way to my place that's across the street, trying to get into my crib, and I'm going, "Why doesn't the key work?" Well, I'm in the wrong complex.
Oh no. Somebody else's house.
I have to go one more complex down. I'm ended up on the grass, and I'm crawling on the grass. Now I've lost my keys and I can't get into the place. So I tried scaling the wall to the balcony that I can, because I've done it before. Balcony is not that high, 6 feet off the ground. So in my drunken wisdom, I'm like, "Oh, I can do this." And I broke the bar that broke my finger, and I hit the ground. I didn't realize I broke it.
Man.
I black out. Next thing I know, I'm behind a garbage can taking a dump.
Why? Why? How?
I don't know. And then the next thing I know, I'm outside my friend's place that I left. So I'm circling back to the Rangers Leafs game. I was hanging out with him at the beginning of the story. Well, I'm back at his place, and it's like 1 a.m. or something. I'm knocking on his window to the point where he's like, "What the do you want?" I'm like, "I can't get in." And I hear his girlfriend saying, "Just let him in." Next thing I know, I wake up. We'll just say toilet paper was not used at a certain time.
Oh
In the
no.
story. So yeah, you can imagine that smell.
Oh yeah, shit.
I walk up to my complex. There's my cell phone with the battery on the other side of the sidewalk, and
Yeah,
my
this one
keys are
phone's
by
like
the
had
door.
batteries, right? That fell off
Yeah,
and broke if you smash them. Like,
exactly.
right?
And my keys are laying there, and I'm going, "Oh, what the hell?"
Man.
And I lost my bank card. I couldn't put that in the story, but I ended up finding it in my pants that
So I
I
think
thought I lost.
yeah, this is like the perfect thing of like, how do you like find ideas for your music, right?
Oh yeah, I have so many drunken stories that I
Wow.
just draw upon that. And
Okay.
then I mean, some stories are just fiction, because I hadn't lived them or I've heard about it through a friend or whatever.
Have you ever written a song where it was like you come up with a hypothetical idea altogether and then like jump in somebody else's shoes to rap it or whatever? You know what I mean?
Yeah, we did a song because one of my favorite Tupac songs is "Baby Don't Cry," and so I wanted to do something similar.
Okay.
And so the group I was in at the time, Untitled Poetry, I wrote a song called what the heck was it called? Well, I wrote a song about a girl being raped, and
Oh my gosh.
that's what we went around.
Wow.
Yeah, well, I mean, heavy subject, but it's like stuff that's not really talked about. It needs to be talked about, and it needs to be, um, or
Well,
whatever
the
you
reason
want
I
to.
ask is because I mixed a track from White Lie. It was a 2-part track actually, and it was about, believe it or not, school shootings. Like another
Yeah,
heavy hot topic like that, where they were like jumping in somebody else's shoes, right? And it
for
was like,
sure.
yeah, it was wild, man. It didn't even get received well. It was just over the top too much. Like, yeah, but it was like an intense story, right? Like completely fake, right?
Sometimes it might not be received well, but down the road it will be.
Yeah, it is a piece of art still, in my opinion. Even
Absolutely.
though it's so like that, like it's so hard to listen to. Even it's like too graphic or whatever, right? But
I
yeah,
think shock value
it could be a
is
thing,
something
right?
that is good, because these things are taboo. We can't talk about it because they're so
Right.
bad. Well, no, we got to talk about it because they are bad. That's why
Almost
these
let the
things
art
happen.
do it, right?
Yeah, totally.
Beautiful.
I think that's what a lot of the 90s hip hop and rap was doing, was discussing, hey, this is what's going on in our communities. Why aren't we doing anything about it?
And not like
But
exploiting it, right? But
everybody
like,
took it a different way, right?
yeah, you draw attention to all those like issues or whatever through the
Yeah,
music, right? Yeah.
for sure.
Okay, so like D Money, describe to everybody your style or sound, and then walk us through the creative process of like how you get a song made. So like part
Uh,
one,
uh,
what's your style of sound?
my
It's like that
style of
old
sound,
school.
anything.
Yeah,
I don't have a style,
okay.
and I think I can attribute that to like my martial arts training with Bruce Lee.
Bam.
Uh, uh, he doesn't have a style. He has a system of Jeet Kune
Okay.
Do. It's not a style. It's just a system. It's a free form. It's free thinking. The only limitation is your own limitation. So if you want to live inside a box, so be it. I lost my train
Interesting.
of thought there. What was I
Well,
talking
and how
about?
you create music with that
How
idea,
okay, how I create with
right?
that idea is, I have music in my head right now. I have ADHD like a mofo, so I got 8 billion things in my head going on right now. But luckily, I'm medicated right at this moment, and
Perfect.
I can focus. But I can also pick out like certain notes in my head right now. I have a keyboard in front of me, so I'll just go and hit the keyboard and play a few notes and find something that I like. And I always play on piano.
Nice.
Um,
I do
for
too.
Yeah, I grew up for a short period piano lessons, and I loved it.
Hmm.
We moved around so much, couldn't really stay in certain curricular activities. So, but piano always stuck with me, and I could play a few notes here and there, and I could play certain songs. Yo, Con Slayer. So I'll fiddle around on the piano and just hit notes that are in my head, that are always swimming. Like music just does not stop for me, which is a nice thing, because I would rather have that than when other people have my constantly going through their minds, right?
Nice. So like during the writing process, like you create your verses, like they're already kind of pre-written in that book of rhymes a lot of times and stuff, right? Like, or do you come up with
It
it on the
can be.
spot? Like,
I don't really go to my box of rhymes at all.
okay,
Everything is
interesting. It's like an
just
apothecary of like the past or something.
yeah. I mean, if I'm really stuck, I'll go into I won't go to my rhymes. I'll go to Tupac's The Rose That Grew from Concrete book,
Nice.
and I'll just open it up and I'll go, all right, Pac, what are we talking about today? And because they're all his rhymes that he wrote when he went to the Baltimore School of Arts.
Nice. That's
So
amazing.
this is before everything. So this is all uh him, right? Not that it wasn't him before. I mean, we can get in a whole discussion about his evolution. But this is pre two, like the number 2 puck or whatever. And so I just jump in there and I go, what are we talking about today? And I read what he wrote in poetry, and I go, yeah, okay, that's what we're gonna do. It's description. It's trying to get the essence out of a word or a sentence to give somebody a feeling. And I don't know if I went to. Did I take a left there? Because I feel
no, that was just so deep. It was amazing. Like, wow, how deep you actually get into like writing a song, right? Going all the way back to Tupac and studying how he thought and felt that day. You know what I mean? Like, wow.
Well, yeah.
Damn.
Yeah. Well, he's such an inspiration to me because he's more than just a rapper that people know him as. I mean, he constantly read Shakespeare. He would read
like this very heavy, thick, like old school stuff that a lot of people in school can't even understand when they read it, right? Like,
oh, I bet if I read it, I wouldn't know what the heck he's saying. But
yeah,
I think I can appreciate. Yeah, no doubt. I think I can try to appreciate what Shakespeare did.
Well,
I just don't know if I can read it.
We're gonna get into your music and actually hear one of these tracks that you have for us today.
For sure.
Oh, Live for Today, featuring
That's
Maddie,
right.
Jade, and Pooh. Tao of Pooh, Tao of Pooh. How do we say it? Say it again.
Say it. Dow. Like you're saying with the D.
Yeah, Tao of Pooh.
Yeah.
Don't get me started, bro. I'll go off on a whole Chinese note. Okay, preface this song before we hear it, though, so everybody can find out about it.
So this song is basically just something I wrote because I've lost some friends along the way of life. And I was like, there's so much depression and stuff going on when you lose somebody. I just want to uplift and say, hey, even though that they've moved on, let's just picture them dancing and having fun, doing their best life now. And basically
Beautiful.
that's what I wrote the song as. And I got Maddie to sing the hook for me, and then I got Pooh to get on the second verse.
Nice. Well, let's hear it.
Yes, we will see them dancing in the halls of heaven, dreaming. Look at the day away, those who have to quest, live for today like you took your last breath. Yes, we will see them dancing in the halls of heaven, dreaming. Look at the day away, those who love to quest, live for today like you took your last breath.
And I'm resting the now, the wild scene it in style. Cross the Sahara, conquered Mount Everest and foul. Cross the world on a play map, up the pyramids. I ran into the deep jungle forest, lit torches like Indiana, cruise the cosmos. Reading rainbows like data, a John Wick, the Matrix of destiny. Yes, we create it, live out our best life, yo, that you possibly can. Cause the day we leave this earth will be the day we understand. I puff past to the past, training we had. Legend Seagun, Francis Fong, Edgar Rodan and Van. That the days away, delivering hampers that matter. Training where we could, if we should, it didn't really matter. Playing at school, forward spark, no care in the world. Growing up our best lives, then you left and it still hurts. Ever notice the sky highlighter when the fall of the sun paints a reminder to cherish all of our loved ones?
Yes, we will see them dancing in the halls of heaven, dreaming. Look at the day away, those who have to quest, live for today like you took your last breath. Yes, we will see them dancing in the halls of heaven, dreaming. Look at the day away, those who love to quest, live for today like you took your last breath.
I wear my heart on my sleeve, but where's the love for me when I leave? Feel like 50, nobody likes me. Out of sight, out of mind. Why I gotta remind, bring it back and rewind. Promote myself, where's my cosigns? Crafted tweets and designs, fans that are mine. Standing in line for a poster that's signed. Instant gratification, no patience, no time. Rhymes that age like wine, but will I see the love in my lifetime? Help others out the funk, but where's my lifeline? I'll do it live, acoustic, cut the mic line. Release angels angels at midnight, nighttime. Hope it's the right time. I'm not in my right mind. Musical sniper, stay out of my sight line. Why you wanna listen? Reviews say that I'm nice. You say that you might. You want a substance, but you don't like what I write?
Yes, we will see them dancing in the halls of heaven, dreaming. Look at the day away, those who have to quest, live for today like you took your last breath. Yes, we will see them dancing in the halls of heaven, dreaming. Look at the day away, those who have to quest, live for today like you took your last breath. Yes, we will see them dancing in the halls of heaven, dreaming. Look at the day away, those who have to quest, live for today like you took your last breath. Yes, we will see them dancing in the halls of heaven, dreaming. Look at the day away, those who have to quest, live for today like you took your last breath.
Welcome back to the Put Up, everybody. I'm A.K.A. the Wizard, and we have D Money with us today in the hot seat. The song that you just heard is Live For Today, featuring Maddie Jade and Tao of Poo.
Yes. You got it.
Hey, another word about that track, bro, for us.
It's one of my favorite beats that I made.
Yeah, you said you made it back in 2008?
No, the next song that we're going to hear. I made
Oh, right. That's the other one. Okay.
Yeah, but this one I just made because I found cymatics and just was playing around. And
cymatic samples, right?
Yeah, it's the first time I ever used cymatic or any type of sample, because I usually come up with the beats on my own, or with the melodic sounds on my own. But when I was finding all this, I was like, oh my God, this is so much easier. I can just fall in love with somebody else's riffs and stuff. And the riffs and different sounds I put together for it, it just, I don't know, it gives me a nice feeling.
Nice. Okay, so we're gonna move on in the interview here. Let's talk about the biggest challenge you've had in your career so far and how you overcame it.
Biggest challenge.
Or is it still challenging? Like, so some people, it's just like an ongoing battle, right?
You know, this is, yeah, no, it is an ongoing battle. One of the biggest challenges, I think, for me is reaching out to people to collaborate.
It's like being social or whatever with new people.
Yeah, being social, absolutely. I'm so antisocial. It's I don't know what the right word is. It inhibits my real life.
Okay.
So I don't have a lot of people in my life. I have a best friend, but he's always in the oil fields, right? Or he has a girlfriend that he's always with. So I rarely see him. So I don't. And my parents, yeah, they live down the road and stuff, which is cool. But I don't have too many friends like people would if they grew up in a city their whole life, right? I moved around so much, I didn't have those type of connections. And I forget what I was talking
like similar to you, bro. Like, I feel like a lot of artists are in the same boat when it comes to like that social thing and not having a lot of like giant friends groups. Because like to be an artist typically doesn't mean you're like that social butterfly. You know what I mean? You usually got a lot of thoughts happening internally and keeping them in and stuff to make the art. It's part of it, right? Like letting that out. So yeah, I see like a common trend with that, like introvertedness, the antisocial aspect of it or whatever, right? It's not that you don't want to, it's you're scared to, right? It's like it's uncomfortable to do, right?
The anxiety is unreal because I want to be a part of like social situations. Like I grew up around so many places that I was raised on TV shows. I didn't have a dad around, so my father figures were television characters.
Whoever was in the series at that time, right? On that show.
Exactly. So luckily for me, we had good sitcoms and good father figures with like Uncle Phil or Carl Winslow. Because I'm also Indigenous, I look to the African American side because I can somewhat relate.
Right. Okay.
With acceptance or something, because I'm not accepted as looking as white as I am.
Right.
Right.
Yeah, he's native, everybody, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't know if you've even said it all the way, but yeah, like he has some native blood, and I do too, actually. It's crazy. But yeah, a lot
Yeah.
of Canadian people actually were like of that settler nation way back in the family tree type thing, right? It's crazy to find out about it now.
Yeah, totally.
But yeah, so okay, so how do you overcome like this social thing? Thank you for coming on the put up today for one thing, and being
I,
social with me like this, right?
that's no, I think I'm more comfortable on camera now that I've been doing my own show.
Right. So
Since
getting out there, getting naked, doing the thing, just getting out there in front of everybody all the time,
just
right?
doing it is
Right.
the most terrifying thing, and then once you do it, it's going, "Well, I don't know what I was terrified about."
Right.
Oh, that's my greatest challenge that I haven't hit yet is performing.
Okay.
I've
So you
never
feel, like,
performed
inhibited
sober.
to do it? But you performed,
Uh,
right?
I have performed a few times, but I haven't. Actually, no, I performed sober once, and I completely messed up for a competition.
Oh
I only
no.
got one bar in and forgot my lines.
And then
And
so would you say that taking the edge off or whatever helped you perform in other times then? You know what I mean?
no,
No, it made it worse.
yeah. Well, I mean, I performed once completely hammered, and luckily I made it through it.
It could be a train wreck. There's a warning about
But
that.
I
Actually.
could tell you that I definitely would have been a train wreck.
Okay. So the whole goal then would be like being able to perform successfully while sober also.
Yeah.
Right? Okay.
Yeah, like not even on the weed or cannabis.
Okay. Like full on bone stock sober.
Just full on sober, just enjoying the moment.
Being able to
taking
be in the moment without needing a substance, perhaps, right?
Exactly. Like I enjoyed the substance. I'm not saying
You don't
anything
have to
bad
take
about
something to perform.
it. Exactly.
Right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so on the
Yeah.
flip side of all of this, then, like, what is your biggest success that you've had then in your career so far?
Putting out For the Record.
Okay.
My
Yeah, I remember that one, man, and it hit like
first mastered
20,000
album.
streams too, right? Like,
Yeah, and then it got taken down.
milestones. Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't care about that part. Screw them.
No, they have for sure. And I just like to. I want to bitch about that. We don't need to do that. But yeah, no, it's one of my favorite mastered albums. It's my first mastered album. When I started,
I would be
learning
proud of
more
that too.
about it,
Yes, that's
and
amazing.
I really worked hard for it.
And I have to say, like, when I get albums mastered, it is an eye opener as a mix engineer, even to me, like a learning experience every time, because now you get to see another layer of what's possible with music, right? That you didn't even know could be part of your sound, right? Yeah, it's an amazing thing, bro. Good job getting to that stage, because a lot of people don't value mastering until they realize that it's required and that there's another thing to be had that you don't have yet, right?
Absolutely.
It's a crazy thing, bro. Okay, so like, sorry, go ahead. No, you go ahead, bro.
No, I was just it's just something that I'm really proud of.
Amazing.
Yeah, and a couple of those songs are like, one of the songs is from 2008 that I had no idea what to do with until I met the community, and I reached out, and I just tried to go against being antisocial and making connections.
Nice.
So thankfully, by doing that, I was able to get a song from 2008 crafted and
put up now.
mastered. Yeah,
right. That's amazing. Yeah, and then because I get like albums mastered for White Lies specifically a lot, right? And like he'll come back to me and be like, "Oh my god, I didn't even know that this could sound this way," and I was like, "Dude, I didn't even hear that when I mixed it." You know what I mean? Like that. Yeah, it's just amazing. It's like an eye opener every single time, right?
Totally.
Okay, so like, let's get a little technical for a minute. Like, how do you record your music? Like, what tools do you use to actually get the job done? Like, do you do it all at your house? Like, yeah,
I do it right here.
Nice.
Right here, right in the living room.
So I see a Shure SM7. Is that like the digital one with the preamp in it, or is it like an actual SM7? There's like two.
There's an XLR. It doesn't have a USB on it.
Yeah. Then it's like the actual one. Okay. So
yeah,
like an SM7B into like a little Focusrite or something. Whatever. What do you plug into?
I plug into a Behringer USB.
Oh yeah,
like
it's like those UCM series or something like that.
Here, let me show you.
Yeah, give us a little tour. That's dope. Okay.
Yeah, little thing. And my record player's hooked up. Yeah, all right. It's my dirty place. So here's all the gifts I won from the old Smithmas contest. I still
Oh,
haven't
yeah,
touched the
no.
puzzles.
What? I remember
Yeah,
that. I was live
but-
for that whole thing. That was great. I was just
I
telling
got a bunch of CDs to give away too on my show next when my
Oh,
show
nice.
airs. What do we got here?
But yeah, it doesn't take a lot to record some hit songs. That's what I'm trying to get at with all these questions, right? Like,
No, it doesn't take a lot
it
at all.
used to be that you had to book out a $600 day at a studio. I mean, you're using a $20,000 mic from 1970 when you go there, but still $600 for a day kind of thing. And then mixing costs on top of that and editing costs and all the mastering, all the stuff that we do anyways, right? So it's like the whole industry shifted. And now look what we can do. We're in a I'm in a tiny little room that's way better than it should sound. You know what I mean? Like everything about the industry has shifted to be able for anybody that wants to, that has talent, to be able to just do it. Right?
Yeah. And I want to say to anybody watching, like, just because you see I have a Shure microphone, I didn't start out on this thing. Like this is a gift. I got this as a gift. So like I wouldn't have been able to afford this.
100%.
Thankfully, I got this for Christmas. Yeah.
Dude, I opened my studio and ran for 2 years on a $100 MXL mic.
Nice.
And I made money with that thing. And people thought it sounded great. It does sound great.
I was just going to say, my first microphone was a PC. You remember those stick microphones for the PC? That's what we rapped on. Yeah, that's what we rapped on.
That's amazing.
I wish I still had that music because I would
put that little red. It's like a little red microphone connector right into the PC.
Yeah,
in the red spot. Right, you got to get the red on red.
Color coordinate, man.
Yeah, you can come from nothing, and this is what you become after. Honestly, like if you just keep pushing and pushing and going towards your goals, right? Like it's how it is now. Okay, so do you have like any unique approaches that you take that other artists might not consider when you go to like record a track? You have any like ritual things you do or any weird shit like that?
No, if I might be sitting when I rap.
Okay,
but the whole
that's
time,
very odd.
Yeah,
well, I just mic like this.
I just started doing it. Well, I mean, I don't have to touch it, right? I'm freehand, and I know that from singing or learning from people from singing and studying singers to take an extremely deep breath. Or this is from rapping too. Have a breath control, very deep breath, and you want to lock your core and use your diaphragm. So I can sound like I sound standing up. I just choose to stand when I want to stand and sit for certain songs.
Mechanically, the actual like body work the same way.
But yeah, like I'm not slouched over doing
right. It's gonna sound like shit if you do that too, right?
Exactly. So I'm getting into it, and I'm all flailing my arms and knocking stuff over. But I feel like that's just the energy I want to give for that certain part of the song. And then there's other times where I'm standing up. I'll stand up and go at it for sure.
Would you say that affects your performance then? Also, like on purpose,
I think
like
so.
You're doing this for like dynamic effect almost or something, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah. I've never heard. That's cool as shit.
No, you're that question. Yeah, no, that's actually Yeah,
I feel like it will give a different element to the music that other people aren't unless they're sitting down halfway through the shit and like doing part of it that way. You know what I mean?
Yeah, totally.
Cool. Okay.
And I think that's from watching like friends in the past perform and watching them doing their acoustic sets or whatever, and they're just sitting there with a guitar.
Right. Very
but
late.
I know laid back.
Funny you mentioned that. Yeah, bro, it's funny you mentioned that because I'm like getting ready to perform on Friday this coming week, right? And I'm like, I'll be standing for that one.
Mm-hmm.
But then I'm watching like videos of like big singers and stuff, and they're just chilling out, fucking cigar in their mouth on a stool, you know, like
exactly.
Shit, like just you know.
Watch MTV's MTV One or whatever with Kurt Cobain and stuff. It's just chilling, doing his thing.
And I'm like, wow. And then I'm getting all anxious, like nervous, like coming up to the event and everything. I'm like, how the fuck do you just like translate it into that chill thing? You know what I mean?
I think that's normal though.
Right.
I think that's just coming time. The amount of times you're performing.
Maybe I'll sit down and chill out one time and see how it goes. You know what I mean? Like Okay, well, we're
throw a
gonna
little
go
party in
to
the backyard.
bro. We're gonna hear another song of yours right now.
Okay.
This one's called Masterpiece. Peace as in like peace.
Yeah.
Featuring Uggy with 3 G's. Also, he co-produced it, right?
I put a co-production on there, even though I made it in 2008, because he made a
Okay.
beat break in the song, and that's the production in my eyes.
Nice. So it was a little just like big up for him doing that little move. That's dope.
Yeah, totally, because I'd never thought of it, and it
Yeah, that's
works so
amazing.
well.
Awesome. So let's hear it.
Yo, once upon a time, not too long ago, young money half dead, with no bankroll. He shakes and rolls, dust from his eyes flow, wishing he'd survive, stay alive for the glorious times ahead, with no step pierce your soul, written rhyme time. Yo, heavenly music unfolds, conceived by a mind drowned in alcohol. Beats the third eye, 8 years sober and beyond, raised by a single mother, and I got a little brother. I wasn't the best ever, hard times was smothered. My mom's did her best, Richard Dreyfuss, we love her. Best times at Wonderland, we always had each other. I've been on the outs, I've been inside, steel cage my body, but never my mind. Always ride the tempo, I breathe the air crisp, mountain adventures with my family and friends.
I'm painting the plaster over the hole in the wall, a broken home of a born again bastard. A masterpiece, I'm a piece of the master. I speak heat to beat, seek peace from disaster. Imagine looking down the life path with no passion to grasp, no dreams, no cash, just gripping the flask. Another small town nobody from a country where the natives were ravaged. They named him the Savage, and I got more in common with them than the skin on my packaging. Pack it and never pack it in traps and racket and clever. The paper I stacked was rap sheets, illuminating minds to backbeats. D-Money hit me with the relay, running on track like we athletes. This is bigger than rap beef, we rap peace. Pass the mic to the OG, OD, telling the playbook.
Shit, I used to dream of being a boot off stage. No luck with the ladies, hell my dreams were lame. Hanging with the wrong crowd, it got me a rap sheet. Not the kind I wanted at that young age. Trust me, stole money from my fam, I've told it before. Robbie got me right by creating stories and lore. Let's take a stroll, Uggy, what you got to say? Let the shell toes fly as I roll us a J, come on.
Road up, float up, we bake and get the dough up. Look in the mirror, be proud of yourself, dog, you showed up. Don't let nobody bring you down, it's a glow up. We penning letters to the stars, that's a post up. The sun and the moon elevating my mind, transcending the traps, get your soul up and shine. Making amends, we collected hella blessings. The quilted in the heart piece, and we can write a happy ending.
Put my heartbeat on table, let the strings ride. Keys, let you fly with your sun on your back. I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna create shit. I'ma blow your mind and you're gonna boost me. Should let your soul out and say it with pride. Yeah, whatever it is that makes you feel alive. Paint that canvas any way that you like. Bob Ross this bitch up and make your life hype. Come on,
make your life hype with the rhymes that we write. Inspired typewriters to write the type that is hype. The lighter igniting, we fighting with titans. We striking with lightning and lighting the light by the plight of the meek. I write in my sleep, black dots on the page. Got the staff in my hand, look I am leading the sheep. Triple G on the track, and I am coming with D. So take off the mask and write your motherfucking masterpiece.
Welcome back to the Put Up, everybody. I'm A.K.A. the Wizard, and we have D-Money with us today in the hot seat. And we just heard Masterpiece featuring Uggy with 3 G's. Tell us a little more about that track, bro. It's from 2008, the beat that you made.
It is. So I made the beat in 2008, and it's been haunting me all the way up till 2024. And when I started reaching out to collaborate with people at the beginning of 2024, I saw Uggy rapping on, I forget, I don't remember what song it was, but I knew that was the right guy to help me with this song that I love the production, what I did with it. And it's just nothing I tried worked until he came along and I saw his style and his flow, which clicked.
How many years is that?
Oh God.
Like
10,
20, and that'd be 12
14,
years.
15 years.
15 years, something like that. Yeah, that's wild, bro.
Something like that.
Crazy.
Yeah. But he was gracious enough to hop on, and then so there you have it.
Oh, amazing. Yeah, well, like, thanks again, man, for Uggy to come onto that track then, because
yeah, totally.
Shout out to Uggy.
For real, man.
No, I was gonna say right now. I'm gonna tell you. I'm gonna ask you that question, that surprise question that I was talking about before.
Yeah,
What's one piece of advice that you would give to any new artist that's starting out now that you've got albums out and stuff?
Consistency.
Consistency. Okay.
You have to be consistent.
And what do you mean by that?
Even basically, you have to go. You have to keep doing what you love, even though it feels like crap some days. It just doesn't feel like you're going anywhere. You have to put something out. You have to put the pen to the paper or type on the keyboard, rap on your phone.
Energy response, almost an action, right? Like,
Yes, exactly. Nothing's going to happen if you don't create it. You look at to get kind of philosophical, you look at a pond of water, your ripple's not going to happen if you don't throw a rock into it. So you have to create the ripples to cause an effect.
Amazing.
And yeah, so you have to consistently do that to create a wave. You know, you only get ripples. You have to do it again to create,
Constantly. And all of a sudden you're creating a wave, right? Like,
exactly. And at one point you're going to be surfing that wave and winning some trophies.
I like the analogy. No, it's cool. We just had a thought to like add this to it to like find out, and you just nailed it, bro. That's amazing.
Awesome.
Okay, so like how do you connect with the audience and you make it relatable to them?
I don't.
I mean,
okay,
they respond to you all the time, right?
Some songs I do try to think of the audience.
Okay.
That's when I'm thinking, when I'm trying to create a story in somebody else's shoes.
Interesting.
But generally, I'm just writing my own story, and you can either accept it or don't.
I think I heard Rick Rubin quote, right? It said like, you need to be a little bit selfish or something about your art for it to be relatable to somebody else. Like you can't make it for them. You have to make it for you, and that's when they'll accept it.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Totally. Because you can tell when somebody's fake. You can hear it in the music.
Or doing it for some other reason or result.
Other than,
right?
Yeah, and I'm not saying like everybody out there is doing it for the wrong reason, but don't
authenticity, right? Like
yeah, thank you. Authenticity, yes. That's a good word for it.
Yeah, it's just about being authentic and like really drawing from the internal like whatever when you make songs. It's not for somebody else, right? And that's like the whole connection to everybody.
Exactly. You're not forcing it. It's not being You're not doing this to go, oh, I hope somebody likes this. You're doing it, oh, I hope somebody feels this. I hope they know they're not alone because I'm feeling it too.
Right. Like my song, right? The one song that I made, it's like You Alone. So it's like
You Alone,
hoping,
yeah. That's
hoping you go and do something with your life as a result of hearing that one. You know what I mean? Like it can help you get there or something. Make you give a little bit of inspiration to, like there's always got to be a little bit of a real reason behind every song that you create, right? Like that. That's so crazy. Yeah. Okay, so like what do you hope people take away from it after they hear it then? You want to leave them just crying?
Well, no, because even though my lyrics might be depressing, I think the music's uplifting,
right?
To balance it out. So I think it should leave you feeling, you should be feeling yourself. I can't
like
tell you how to feel.
Yeah,
well, I can't tell somebody how to feel after you listen to my song. You're gonna feel how you feel. I'm either gonna provoke some sort of emotion or nothing, and you're just gonna turn it off or skip it.
Well, I hope they feel something for sure. I feel something.
Right? At the end of the day, I wish that somebody goes, here's my music, and go, oh, here's my song. Like, I'm blanking on it. What is that song? Depressed. It's a depressed song. It's off For the Record. And Don't Let Me Down.
Okay.
Don't let me down. It's just basically about a depressed life, but I'm also talking to myself, saying, "Don't let me down," because oh damn it, I lost my train of
Like,
thought.
you better not let me down, kind of like that tone. You know what I mean? Like,
Not that tone. I just want somebody to take away from that song, like they're not alone.
okay.
So they understanding. Somebody understands them.
So like the song almost like holds their hand through something, right? Like B's their friend beside them kind of through it as a
Yeah,
result of hearing it. Right. I
yeah,
like
exactly.
okay. So like each song has its like own meaning then and like different reasons for existing, right? In your catalog then. Like multiple
Yeah,
reasons then. Okay.
and I never really talk about it. So everything you're hearing me talk about is for the first time. I'm just uh it's pretty wild because I don't really go in depth with anybody to talk about my music
That's
unless
why
I
we're
do
here
an
today.
interview.
We
Yeah.
have to be here doing this today so we can find out all the inside internal shit going on behind the music, bro.
I'm learning as I'm talking.
There you go. Okay, so like let's look into the future a little bit then. What projects are you currently working on? Like what's next for you? You got albums in the works? Like
Oh my god, yes. Yeah. So I have a full
tell us.
album, full 16 track album. I'm doing with Profit Money.
Now this is probably I was looking back in your catalog and there's a lot of 6-track albums, like EP style, like that size, right? One that was about 9 tracks, I think. So this will be like your biggest album then, right? Like physically, size
This
wise.
size wise, it'll match for the record,
Okay.
or it beats it by one.
Yeah, like most of it was small, and then I'm like, these are like some big chunky records, like those classic LPs used to be, right? Like
Yeah. I wanted to start putting out LPs, and
that's
through the
amazing.
community, I was also learning that you should just put the music out and don't sit on it,
Mm.
unless you have an
And
idea.
you
for
had a lot,
the
right?
entire- Oh yeah, I got it.
Right.
Quite a bit. So I still have a Profit Money Beats album that is going to be coming out May
May,
9th,
okay. Nice.
for Friday, May long weekend.
Yeah, so everybody
Um,
like the May 2 for, right? Coming
Yeah,
up.
exactly.
We call
May
it that.
2-4.
Right.
For anybody that's not Canadian, that's just May long weekend is just 3 days of.
We drink a case of beer because it's called the 2-4. There you go.
It's basically our spring break,
yeah, I get
but it's only 3 days.
It's a long 3 days, bro.
Yeah. So I have that 16 track LP coming. I also have a 5 EP or 5-track EP that
Nice.
I got from A.K.A. Or Bob Sauce Beats that's going to be a concept album. So I just started working on it, and it's going to be
Or
something
who'd you
like
say produced it?
A.K.A., but he also goes by
Oh, Sauce
also-
Boss.
Bob's. Yeah, the
Bob
Sauce
Sauce.
Boss. Bob Sauce, man. Bob Sauce, the Sauce
Okay, I
Boss.
was like, what? That's amazing because we have a place in like the next city over in Cambridge here called like Sauce Boss Barbecue or something, you know.
Oh, for real?
And it's like a place that sells like pulled pork and like all that brisket and kind of stuff.
If
right?
you ever go by there again, you should take a picture and tag him.
I swear it's like, yeah, I'll find it again, bro. They make a burger for like White Lie's friend or something. I don't know, man.
No
like,
way. That's awesome.
yeah, man.
No,
It's a
but that'd
wild
be fun
thing.
to see.
Random.
Yeah.
Okay, so like, how can fans and supporters and collaborators and all these people get in contact with you, get involved with your work? You have your community going on X here. You do your Sunday night vibes a lot of the times, right? Right
Yeah.
on YouTube.
That's right.
We got all your links below here for like your link tree and all that fun stuff. But tell everybody else where you can be found, bro.
I'm mostly on X or Twitter, whatever you want to call it. D Money YYC. Or you can get on Instagram, D Money YYC.
YYC for Calgary, right?
For
That's what they call
Calgary,
the
yeah, that's
airport, right?
That's right. For the
Okay.
Calgary International Airport, it's YYC, because somebody else had D Money, and I didn't know what else to go with.
Okay. Well, that's
or
interesting.
you can hit me up at dmoneyyyc@gmail.com. I like it.
Yeah, and also we're
should
gonna
be
put this episode. It'll be up on YouTube forever, and also I'll put it on my website on the Put Up channel there, so it'll be there, right? So everybody can find
Fantastic.
this forever after. Before I go today, I wanted to show you guys this. Look at this shit.
Yo, that is sick.
We got this in red. Also, we have another version of it with a white shirt, and another version's coming out May 18th as like a surprise release. So, yeah, we got merch today too. So,
Excellent.
I think the link is down below if I'm not mistaken. But like, yeah, I'm trying to eventually get everybody that's been on the put up a free shirt. So, we'll see about that soon. But yeah, D Money, thanks for coming on today, bro. That concludes the interview. I might jump into the chat here and see if there's anybody that has any questions or anything real quick for us. But if not, yeah, we'll just be concluding it, and that'll be it, bro. I'll just wait. Oh yeah, there's a sign-up sheet below if anybody's interested in being in the position of D Money today in the hot seat. Below, you can sign up for your own spot. I had to sign up yesterday, I think, too. So,
Gone Slayer, if you're still there, sign up.
I hear rumors of things, you know. Well, anyways, I don't see anybody else chatting in the chat there, so we'll conclude it right here, bro. It's been a great afternoon here. Thanks for coming again, man. And
Thank you so much for having me.
And everybody else, have a great afternoon. Cheers.